right, boys and girls. Hi there, it's Mrs. Borden. I hope you're well. Today we're going to learn about the artist whose name is Andy Goldsworthy. Andy Goldsworthy was a British sculptor, or is a British sculptor, a photographer, and an environmentalist. He produces site-specific sculptures. That means he goes outside in certain areas, he creates sculptures, and he leaves them there. He creates natural sculptures using things from nature, and he also does sculptures in an urban or city setting. So boys and girls, what we're going to do is you are going to create a sculpture with found objects, things that you can find outside. Also, I know some of us don't have the opportunity to maybe go outside and gather things as the things you might see here right here in front of you. So I'm going to also suggest you can create a found object sculpture with things from around your house. Maybe like crayons or a fork, spoon, things from your kitchen. Your job is to be creative with this. So what I did was I thought I would like to, and I have the opportunity to go outside, and I gathered some of my materials that I thought I would use. I gathered some sticks and stones and a couple leaves, and I thought to myself, I am going to sit here and kind of rearrange these a little bit and see what kind of sculpture I can come up with. Before I do that though, I'm thinking maybe I could use my imagination and sketch out a sculpture first, because maybe that would help me in preparing for actually making my sculpture. So I'm going to do a quick sketch of a sculpture, and then I'm going to make my sculpture according to the sketch. And if I don't really like it, then I'm going to take it all down and I'm going to redo it just by improvising, which means making it up as I go. All right, boys and girls, so I have these found objects. Now I'm going to do the quick sketch. Let's see how it turns out. So boys and girls, now I'm going to show you what I would draw if I was imagining what my found object sculpture would look like. So I'm thinking I could use some rocks and probably some sticks and maybe some leaves that I find outside. So I'm thinking I'm going to just start with my sticks, which would just be basic lines that come straight down, over and up. And I'm not going to make it look too perfect like real sticks. I'm just kind of brainstorming. So I'm thinking, what would it look like if I have a rock here? What do I want my sticks to do? Do I want them to come up like a teepee? So then I would crisscross them here, one behind the other one. Maybe I'd want to find some rocks of different sizes and build them up inside here, big, medium, small, and then just keep layering them until I run out of room. Maybe I'd find a big leaf and put it underneath of my rock. And I feel like I'd want some more sticks in there, so I'd probably put some more sticks around the back side. And again, I haven't even found these objects yet, so I still have to go outside and see if I find them. And once I do, then I can actually make my sculpture. So boys and girls, this is probably going to be my sketch for my sculpture. And then what I could do is I could add some color to this, thinking, what would it look like? How do I want it to be set up? Like, how do I want it to be creative? Do I want it to be different colors? Am I going to use the real colors that I find outside? So I could go in here. You know what? I was going to use markers, but I think I'll use crayons, because the crayons would give me different shades, and then I could actually make it a little bit more realistic. So I think I'll use some crayons and just lightly color this in. And just to kind of give it a drawing feel, a finished drawing feel. So now you guys are going to use the rest of your time, about 10 minutes, to use your imagination. Think about some found objects that you could find outside, and how would you put them together to create a sculpture. Now I know some of us might not be able to go outside and find objects like this. So what do you think about what could you use in your house to create a sculpture like this? So you can either draw a picture of found objects from nature or found objects from your house. It's really up to you and what you think you will be able to do. All right, boys and girls, so here's my picture. The next time I see you, I want you to have your materials gathered with you. I don't want your sculpture physically made. I want you to have a pile of all of these things next to you when we meet. So for instance, I would have a pile of sticks. I'd have a pile of sticks, say here, a pile of rocks here, maybe a couple leaves here. I would not have my sculpture done. So the next time I see you, I want you to make sure you have your materials ready, because we will be using our art class time to create our sculpture. All right, boys and girls, let me know if you have any questions. Bye. All right, so I found my stones that I think I want to use to kind of match the sketch that I made. So I realized that I should probably have stones that are flat and not so rounded, because when they're rounded, they want to fall off. So I'm just taking my stones and I'm placing them from biggest to smallest, and hopefully they stay. So it's like a balancing act here. It's hard to see. I'm gonna bend my camera a little bit, and hopefully you'll be able to see the side view. Okay, there's the side view. All right, well that was fun. I just knocked over the sculpture, so I put it back up, and now I've zoomed in so you can see it at a better angle. All right, I'm going to readjust the camera, and then I will add the sticks and the leaves to match my sketch. All right, boys and girls, let's get those leaves and sticks placed. Okay, now this is going to be the tricky part, trying to place my sticks without having them knock over my rocks. And this really shows how hard this actually is, and how Mr. Goldsworthy really had to plan, and actually not really plan as much, but go with the flow of what happens as he's making his sculptures. So I think I'm going to put a couple bigger sticks at the bottom, and maybe they can help be my placement sticks. So now I have two. Whoop, this is tricky. I think I'm going to need at least 3. And I'm actually going to look for the sticks that have some ends to them that look like Ys, because maybe if I can place them appropriately, they can be my holder sticks, so they can hold up the other ones. All right, so there we have it. That worked. So there are my sticks, and now I'm going to take my leaves and I'm going to carefully put them underneath. Ooh, they almost fell down. There, underneath my sculpture. All right, boys and girls, before I knock it over, here is my sculpture that I just made. It kind of sort of matches my sketch. I think I might play around with it a little bit more and see if there's a better one that I could come up with. But what I would do right now is take a picture of this like Mr. Goldsworthy did. He would leave his materials in nature. He would not take them with him. He would build the project, take the picture, leave the materials there. So I'm going to take a picture of this so I have it for future reference. And I hope you guys were able to, 1, create a sketch, 2, create a sculpture, and hopefully you learned how hard it was to use definitely nature found objects or objects from your house, and build a sculpture with them. It was definitely a unique experience for myself, and I'm super happy that I did it. And I also learned about a new artist, Andy Goldsworthy. All right, boys and girls, I hope you had fun today. Talk to you soon. Bye.